Hey guys, it's Bub here. In this video, we're going to be taking a look at if Windows 11 version 22H2 is actually worth upgrading to. We took a look at 22H2 back in June when it was still in beta. However, now it's in the release preview channel, and as of the upload date, it will be released tomorrow, September 20th. So, is Windows 11 worth it now? We're also going to be comparing this release to the initial release of Windows 11 back on October 5th of 2021 to see how far has Windows 11 really came. Is it worth upgrading to now that, it's been out for a year? Has stability improved? Has features improved? And is this really a good improvement over Windows 10? Because that was many people's reasoning for not upgrading the Windows 11 was they thought it was a downgrade. So, let's get straight into the video. The first thing is stability, performance, speed, anything like that. And honestly, I can say that compared to the initial release, this version is much less buggy, and it just runs so much smoother and so much better, in my opinion. Now, I know there's going to be some people's systems that it does not run that well on, but for me at least, I've had so much more stability and speed, even on the developer builds of Windows 11. So overall, I would say this is much faster than Windows 11 back in October, and I would also argue that it's much faster than Windows 10. I've upgraded many machines from 10 to 11, and the stability and the speed has just improved significantly. So in the department of speed and stability, this OS is there. Now we're going to talk about 22H2 features and how this compares. One of the big problems with Windows 11 was its inconsistency. Some things had the new Windows 11 theme, and some things, like the context menu on Recycle Bin, had the old version. Safe to say, that has been updated to the new context menu that's seen throughout the rest of the operating system. Furthermore, so many more things have been updated, including settings now being centered, which looks way better, as well as various apps throughout the system that just make it look more consistent. And we'll talk about that in a little bit. As for the start menu, this was very controversial when Windows 11 came out. Start menu folders are back, but that's not the controversial part. The controversial part was the start menu itself being pinned and recommended apps. Some people did not want that much of their start menu being taken up by those certain elements of the start menu. And luckily, that can be changed in Start. So from here, you now have the ability to change it so you can see more pins, more recommendations, or you can have it back to the default. I know that this is not how some people wanted it to be. Some people actually like the live tiles that were seen in Windows 10, but this is a great customization feature that has been added in 22H2 that can really probably change the game for some people. More pins, things like that. So that's really all for the start menu. I mean, it's basically the same start menu that we saw originally, which is okay. I actually really do like the start menu that is found in Windows 11. They're bringing a feature called Focus, which allows you to set a time, hit focus, and then it silences notifications, which is pretty cool. It'll silence notifications, it'll let you get work done, which is a pretty cool feature, but I've seen that used more on Apple, like iOS, macOS, things like that, so I believe that was just a direct ripoff from there, but overall pretty cool. Next up is the volume icon, which has now been changed to pop up in the bottom of your taskbar, which is something I really like, as well as you have the ability, if you have a mouse, to take your mouse down to the volume button in the tray and use the scroll wheel to adjust the volume. I'm using my scroll wheel right now to just change it, and that is something that when I originally previewed 22H2 back in June, that I actually found myself doing on my main machine. I would go down and try to use the scroll wheel, and it wouldn't work because I wasn't running 22H2. But that is something that I see myself using a lot as time goes on. So that's pretty much like some of the major features, like off the top of my head, that are in Windows 22H2. Significantly better than what was found in the initial release. In my opinion, this is what the initial release of Windows 11 should have been. If this came out on October 5th, 2021, so many people would have upgraded to Windows 11 quicker, just because of the changes that are in this build. It makes it so much more usable, so much more better, in my opinion. It just feels more finished than it has for the last year. And now we can get into probably the biggest change of 22H2, which is this File Explorer. As we can see, it now has tabs, which is something that Windows users have been asking for such a long time. Tabs have been brought into the File Explorer. Not only have tabs been brought in, but there's been some other changes, such as the arrow effect, or I don't even think it's called Air. I think it's mica, acrylic, I don't know what it's called, has been brought to the title bar, as well as some different spacing and a little bit different layout on the left side on this bar right here. So you can see spacing's a little different. There's a spacer there. But overall, this looks so much better than the File Explorer that we've seen, especially just the fact that we have tabs and we can take a folder or a file from here and drag them between tabs to do things like that. Another thing too that I just realized Microsoft brought back was drag and drop on the taskbar. Something that should have really never been taken away, but for some reason it was. You can now drag files straight down and bam, throw them wherever you need them to be. So that is something that I didn't really use in Windows 10, so I didn't really notice it when they took it away, but I just think it's pretty cool that that was brought back for many power users. All in all, just a really basic overhead view of Windows 11 22H2. It is a great operating system. Like I said, this is what Windows 11 should have been on its October 5th release. I think that Windows 11 22H2 is the best version of Windows you can have right now. It's up to date, it's fast, it's reliable, and it looks really good. So if you're on 10 or you're on 11, this is definitely an easy choice to upgrade to Windows 22H2. Now, how do we actually get to 22H2? Well, if you're on Windows 11, I'm sure it's going to be in Windows Update, although based on my past experiences with Windows 10 feature updates, it might take a while for you to actually get the update. So tomorrow, when it comes out, I would honestly just go to Microsoft's website and just download the ISO and upgrade through there if you're that eager to upgrade. That's what I'll be doing. If you're on Windows 10, I'm sure your Windows 11 option will stay the same. It will just upgrade itself to Windows 11 22H2. As for unsupported users, those who are running Windows 11 on unsupported machines, I really genuinely have no clue how that's going to play out. I know in this version there is an unsupported hardware watermark on the desktop, but I don't really know if it's going to let you update through Windows Update. That'll be something that I will take a look at when it comes out tomorrow, but I'm genuinely curious because I have a few devices that are not officially supported. So will it let me upgrade to Windows 11 22H2? I don't know. But that being said, that was a very brief overview of 22H2 and my opinions on the upgrade path. In the future, Microsoft, I know it was talked about releasing periodic feature updates and having a major Windows update every 3 years. I'm not sure how I feel about that. I really do like the yearly feature updates, but again, we'll just have to see how it plays out. So as for now, Windows 11, in my opinion, is the best Windows OS that you can get, and 22H2 is highly recommended from me to any user of Windows 10 or 11. Thank you for watching this video. If you liked it, make sure to subscribe if you're new around here, as I do all kinds of different technology videos, including device restorations. And also, I don't know how I could forget this brand new task manager that just looks so much nicer than the one that we have now. And with that being said, I'll see you all in the next one.